They hunched their backs beneath the overhang, leaning against the tin wall of their house in the Beaudras neighborhood. Their voices seethed with frustration as they spoke of the relentless hardship of life in a city that devoured its own people. When a fresh wave of despair washed over them, the father lowered his head, broken. That very day, in a moment of sheer desperation, he had almost begged alms from a woman stepping out of a tinted window car in front of the grand store. In the shade of a fig sapling outside their tin house, their child rolled in the dirt, mimicking what the grown-ups did in the Iarbia River. A deep, conflicted sigh escaped his mother's lips, pulling him from his play. She no longer held him in her arms as she once did. She no longer even looked at him. Ever since, suddenly, her eyes had sunk into a nest of wrinkles. The boy stared at his parents, perhaps pondering some clever trick to crush the sorrow etched on their faces, just as he had seen the neighbor's cat do to the chicks after sneaking into the coop. Look at me," he cried out, puffing with pride as he kicked and punched the ground. "I've become a great swimmer." "Stop that, you little slacker! Even the neighbor's donkey is cleaner than you," his father snapped, his voice heavy with hardship. His mother, as usual, said nothing. She merely grew weary of her own shadow. The child laughed with a nasal chuckle, burying his face in his hands before kicking and punching the ground again, harder this time, like a pike fish caught on a hook. When he finally stopped, covered in dirt and sweat, as though he had just emerged from the rubble of a collapsed house, he clapped his hands together and burst out like a flood. "I'm a master swimmer now. I'll carry you, ma'am, on my right shoulder, and you, papa, on my left, and I'll take you both across the Iarbia to the other side. I'll win so many medals. I'll conquer mighty rivers, and then I'll carry you, ma'am, on my right shoulder, and you, papa, on my left, and I'll take you across the sea to the other shore where people laugh and dance." As he kept crossing them over to one shore after another, his parents grew smaller and smaller and smaller.